to climbing up walls. Man, your life is a mess. You used to wear the pants, now you're wearing a dress. You feel like enough is enough, and you're tired of wearing the handcuffs. Cause you no longer run your own house. You wanna be a man again. Come and join Mouse. Mouse, 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 Mouse. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mouse Show. Men organizing unity to save Earth. Should we tell them a little bit what it's about before we start the show?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Men organizing unity to save Earth is about men coming together and being able to talk about men stuff.
Yes.
You know, it's okay for women to watch and all that, but, you know, we basically want to appeal to the men. Let them have a place to come where they could, you know, vent a little bit, talk about stuff they like to talk about, like sports, women, you know, all kind of stuff the men like to talk about. It's almost like being in the backyard playing cards or something.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of like that.
Or like in a barbershop, you're in a barbershop or something like that, dude, and you know what goes on in the barbershop. We talk about everything. Exactly. Women, we talk about sports, we talk about money, we talk about jobs, we talk about food. You know, just a camaraderie of men just hanging out, shooting it.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So anyway, I just want to let you guys know that the opinions expressed today are strictly the opinions of me and my brother Barry. They're not the opinions of our friends, family members, co-workers, employers, or our spouses. So we want to jump into something today, which I see a lot. Just going through the internet, you're like, wow, this happens a lot, don't it? It's more prevalent than you would think. I remember when we were growing up, you would see it, but not that much, and usually it was a man with a girl. So the subject that we're talking about is teachers sleeping with their students.
Ooh.
Why is there so many teachers sleeping with their students? And it seems like it's more women than anything.
Lately, it has been a lot more women.
Yeah,
and
you see it a lot.
And the crazy thing about it is a lot of these women be married already and have kids.
That's what's crazy.
Married for years.
Like, what are you thinking?
Dude, like the average age, I think I was looking it up, dude. The average age of the women who are called between like 35 and like 43 years old, dude, and they've been married, have a couple of kids, and been married like over 10 years.
That's crazy, man. Like, I wonder what be going through their minds, though, because say, for instance, like, you're teaching and all that. What makes you at some point go, I want to sleep with this little kid?
You know, sometimes the females who've done it, sometimes they have a fascination with the child. Like if he's smart or if he's like part of one of the sports teams, there's a fascination that they have with him, maybe coming from their little girlish little fantasies of the jocks in school, and it triggers them. This is actually like scientific. Like some of them have a fascination for it, and it just turns them on. Like if he's the smartest guy, or if he's the sports guy, or if there's just something about him that's just interesting. Like if he reminds them of somebody who they had a crush on or something like that, it triggers it.
I was just tripping off of like how some of these women be young too. Some of them be barely out of college. It's like you just barely got out of college. You starting your career and you're going to ruin it that fast?
Yeah.
But this is the thing that really makes me mad about this whole thing with these women sleeping with these little boys. You know what really gets on my nerves? Why did none of these women sleep with me?
I ain't gonna even lie, man. Like I don't believe that if I had some cute teachers, and you talking about back then or now?
No, back then.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting to. No, I remember growing up. I had some cute teachers, man, and if it's something, this might sound a little strange, but if I ain't gonna say what age I was, but if I had a chance to, you know, touch a little something or kiss on a little something, not necessarily going all the way, that would have made my day.
Mine too. I would have definitely got an A in sexual education, let me tell you.
Yeah.
For real.
And look, I'm not trying to make it light because it's a serious subject, but, you know.
What I'm saying is this, though. Like, somebody in high school know what they're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's somebody like 16, 17, come on, man, or turning 18, they know what they're doing. Because, you know, I had a girlfriend in high school for the whole time I was in high school, and we didn't just kiss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. Now, if you talk about somebody like 13 or 12, now that's right there.
Yeah, that's,
not good.
Yeah.
Now you're, you know, being a little weird.
Most states, if you're under the age of like 18 or 17 in some states, it's a crime. It's not good, man. Yeah. You're not supposed to be messing with them at all by law.
Because I figure like when you're in middle school or junior high, you know, you don't really know what you're doing. You're not really ready for it yet. You know what I mean? So you're actually messing with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really feel bad. I'm going to be honest with you, for people that's in high school, because in high school, you wake up every morning like, hey, I want to touch something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if it's somebody 17, 16, 17, 18, I don't feel bad for them. I think it's just the parents who are so shocked and who want to get them a little money, like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to make some money off this. She's doing this to my kid. Okay, cool. Because if they didn't know what they were doing, why are they showing all their friends?
Yeah.
Why are they bragging about it? You got your phone. Look at this. This is Miss Johnson right here, man. Check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They think it's funny. They think they cool. Trust me.
Yeah, they know
they know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing, dude. And
Yeah.
I mean, how many boys be having like magazines under their bed when they teenagers and stuff,
Yep.
and they know the body parts of a woman, and
Yeah.
they'll say it. I mean, how many times a dude in high school you sitting there and you got a teacher who's pretty cute, a dude to like tap you over and
Exactly.
the teacher bend over and
Yep.
you're like, damn man, hit that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
they know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing. And now you got to think about it. Everything's on the internet. So
Yeah.
they be like, are you 18? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got to do is hit yes. And I'm sure they sharing all this stuff with each other. And so they probably watching all kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
And so they know exactly what they're doing. But like I said, it's the parents. I think sometimes when it comes to parents and their kids, parents are realistic because they want to keep looking at their kid as their baby and a little child.
Yeah.
That kid going to have the same type of human feelings you had when you was 17,
That age.
18 and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that.
We have like adult content out there when it comes to, adult movies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I don't know if there's any much adult magazines out anymore, but I think maybe some of them teachers be looking at some of that stuff because some of that stuff is geared towards younger boys and older women.
Right.
So some of them could be influenced by some of that stuff too.
But why would you ruin your career?
Women are driven upon emotion.
Yeah,
So,
they are.
I'm not saying this is an excuse for them, but they're driven on emotion. So if their emotional place is in this particular space, they might just go for it and there ain't nothing that can stop them.
Yeah.
Because they're really emotional, man. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, dude. If they're ready, if their mind is already on something that they want to go do, and they want to go down this rabbit hole, they don't even think sometimes. They're not even going to think about their career.
That's true.
Or how much it can cost them with their family.
But what's crazy to me is, do you think about your husband or your kids in the moment that you're doing this stuff?
I don't think some of them do. Because just think how many times, you heard of a woman doing something and she might have been asked a question like that and she was just like, in the moment I wasn't even thinking clearly. I don't even know what was wrong with me, what went over me.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I don't get it. Like, to me, I feel like it shouldn't be that easy for you to get caught up in a relationship with a kid.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
not
for
with a
real.
child. Yeah, I can't do anything for you.
You can't do nothing for you. Like, I wonder in some of their minds if maybe since they're a teacher, they want to teach somebody some stuff too.
Yeah.
They want to be the one that teaches this person about this thing that they're not supposed to be doing with them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's definitely a turn on to
Yeah,
some of
they
them.
might be like, oh, yeah, I get to teach him everything about this part of life. Maybe some of them be thinking about that.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Even though it's, weird to say, but they might just be feeling that way because what's crazy is when men did it, people going crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If a man touched a girl, 13, 14, man, people would lose their minds.
And he'll have problems when he gets convicted. It ain't a matter of if. When he gets convicted, he'll have problems going to the spot too, to jail because I know a lot of them dudes, from what I hear, have kids and they find out you a man and you did something like that. Yeah, you gonna have problems, dude, big time. Yeah. But it's really looked upon. It's really really bad.
It is
like real bad when men do it, and it seems like it kind of gets when women do it. They'll show it for a little bit, dude, but then it kind of like gets a little glossed over.
Yeah,
it's not like in the news as long as it probably would be if a man, you don't never see some of the feminists out there talking about these women who out there doing that. You'll hear of a man doing it, but they ain't gonna go out there and take their flag in front of the school and boycott. They ain't gonna do that.
No, they're not gonna do that. But like I said, it's not. cool when they do it with kids that are really young.
Yeah,
I mean they shouldn't do it anyway, even
No.
if you're in high school. But it's really bad when you're doing it with a little kid. Because what would make you even have the attraction to a kid that little? Even if I know you said certain things about maybe somebody that you liked or whatever, but still, it's still a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
and you have kids, and you probably won't want nobody doing this with your child.
No, that's real, dude, and it will follow that child. Because look, just even though the boys might think that way of a certain teacher, but it's still going to follow them for the rest of their life. It's scientific proof that psychologically it might affect them in some way as they go far in life, dude. So yeah,
sure.
it's a serious thing, dude. That it's not cool because, like you said, I mean, no one will want it. You hear about your nephew or your cousin or something like that happening to you wouldn't, because you don't even know. I mean, who's to say that some of these teachers might be into some freaky stuff too, where they want to put some chains on somebody and whip somebody or put something up his rear end. You don't know.
And now the person be playing with whips and chains all the time. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Why do I like this stuff?
They were psychologically broken. And
yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the women should get just as bad of a punishment as the men get?
Yes, I think so. I think they should, dude. They're adults.
Yeah.
And they know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
So yeah, they should definitely. And it's interesting that you say that, because I believe that like the women, the time that you get when you do something, make this kind of a crime, it depending upon how older you are than the child, based upon like what time that you get.
Oh, I thought it was the age of the kid, like if they're under a certain age or something.
That too.
Okay.
It depends upon that, and it's also like how much older you are than them too, as far as the time that you get.
So do you feel that the problem is more prevalent with women doing this to boys or men doing this to girls?
I think as of late, it's probably women doing this to little boys.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Because you hear it like a lot.
Yeah.
Especially over in Texas. I don't know what's in the water over there, but man, every time I'm online looking at something, they say, oh, teacher in Texas has got caught messing with a kid. I'm like, what is going on?
I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's just something is going to, they're just not satisfied at home. Some of them, for whatever reason, something is going on at the house, and they're just not completely satisfied, and they want to follow this little fantasy that maybe they've always had.
Well, something's wrong somewhere for sure. For you to even,
For them, psychologically, something's wrong for sure. Like, it might have stemmed from the childhood too. I mean, each individual case is different, but there's something going on to where you never got healed from it, where you might have needed some kind of psychological evaluation to fix it, and it never got addressed.
I was just wondering if you noticed or not. Now that I'm thinking about this, do teachers have to do any kind of mental evaluation
before they start working at a school or something? I don't know.
That would be interesting to find out.
I don't know. I would imagine maybe possibly depending upon the position.
Right.
But
because you're around a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And you would think like just the fact that you're around a bunch of kids all the time, there would be something that you have to do, to pass some kind of test or something, because you're constantly around people that's supposed to be nurtured.
Yeah, I never thought about. I can't even think of why anybody would doing anything like going through an evaluation or anything like that, unless, like, of course, if they were accused of it before, then I can see them going through it. But no one would want to hire them if they were accused of something similar before, even if they were found not guilty.
Right. I'm not even saying even get found of anything. I'm just saying
yeah.
Just basically if this person fit to be around kids.
I've never heard of that.
No, I was
personally
just thought about right now while we were talking about it. That's crazy.
And I figured you did, but I've never heard of it. But it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, because right now it's a prevalent problem.
It is.
So it wouldn't be a bad idea to start something like that.
Okay, well, what if it was your child? How do you think you'll feel about it? Boy, or let's go with the boy scenario, then the girl scenario.
What you mean if I had a boy and a female teacher?
No, yeah.
I wouldn't like it.
What age would you, what if your son was 17?
I just don't think I would like it, because it's kind of like a respect thing.
Right.
Even, like, if the teacher was super hot and he was 17, about to be 18, I still wouldn't like it, man, because that's just a violation. Yeah, it's a violation. It's just.
Because if it was me, I'd be like, hey, man, what happened? And he'll be like, oh, she took on a no, what happened?
I really don't think I would like it. It would just feel like a violation.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think I would, man.
So that means if it was girl, you really would be mad.
Yeah.
I definitely would be mad.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would probably want to go do something to that teacher, like
Dang.
commit a violent act.
For real?
Yeah, I think so, man. If I had a daughter and a male like touched her inappropriately
Right.
or like penetrated her, yeah, it'd be it'd be a serious problem, dude.
Well, shoot, before you commit that act, let me tell these people to do something. Can you guys like and subscribe to the channel?
Please like and subscribe, please, and comment as well.
Exactly, because we want to hear from you. We want to know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
What if this was your child? Or how do you feel about these teachers messing with these kids nowadays? Let us know what you think.
Man, it's crazy, man. You're supposed to go to school to just learn,
Yeah.
be a student, get good grades, pass the class,
Enjoy your little childhood.
and maybe even be mentored,
Yeah.
by some teacher. Because sometimes some teacher, I mean, this is the subject of this particular episode, but some teachers are mentors, you
Yeah.
know, they change the life of students.
That's true.
Because, the student might not have gotten it at home and the teacher steered them down the right path.
That's so true.
So, those are beautiful stories when you hear stuff like that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
then when you hear this, it's kind of like, man, like, when did this stuff start happening,
I know.
dude? Like, I mean, you're just supposed to go to school, learn, get past that class, then eventually you graduate and move on
Yep.
and become a productive member of society. But now you hear this and you just like, yeah, is this something in the food?
That's what I was asking earlier.
Man.
So, let me ask you this. What's coming up right now? Because you said you had something special today.
The Bonehead segment is coming up.
What's it about?
Man. Well, I always try to I always try to make sure the Bonehead segments are about the topics that we're discussing. Oh, man. This one is kind of like, it's on the topic that we're discussing right now. And I hate to even, it's a bonehead, but it's not funny because it's kind of disgusting. But there was this teacher in Ohio, man, she befriended a student on the swim team.
Mm-hmm.
And she started reaching out to him on Snapchat. So one day she asked him to come to her office, and he came to her office, and he literally came to her office because she literally pulled down his pants and started giving him oral sex.
Whoa. What was this teacher's name? Just asking.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So, you crazy. And yeah, dude, so she met up with him several times after that, and they engaged in regular sex after that.
Okay.
And one time, a couple of times, she even came to his house, and his mother was there.
Whoa.
At 2:30 in the morning. His mother was there. They went down to his basement, and they had sex.
And how old was
Again.
this kid?
He was like 17.
Okay.
Yep. So what wound up happening was they found out at the school that she had sex prior with another student, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that student's girlfriend got a hold of his phone and found pictures of her and him. So she sent it throughout the whole school. That's how she got caught. Crazy, man, right?
That is crazy.
And the kid, the original kid who she was having sex with, he had kind of blamed her, saying he was the victim. But, come on, man, you letting him in your mother's house, dude, at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You letting her in your house at 2:30 in the morning. Now, wasn't that much of a victim. You was having a good time, too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the crazy thing. This is the twist to this story. The crazy thing about it, dude, is what you were saying earlier, like what you should get. Should they get the same time as a man get?
Mm-hmm.
The judge in her case, this is in Ohio, and I'm assuming that she was a white lady. The judge said that you've suffered enough already with your humiliation from the fact that what you did, that we're only going to give you 30 days in jail.
Wow.
No, she got 30 day jail sentence, and along with the other requirements that they made her do, like, community service and stuff like that, filed as a sex offender and stuff like that. She completed her probation, and now she's no longer, and she lost her credentials, and she's no longer a teacher. She's selling cars.
Wow.
Probably the young students, too.
Yeah.
So in this case, she gets the Bonehead Award. This teacher, ex-teacher in Ohio.
Man.
Can you believe that, dude?
That's crazy.
Now, I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but do you think if she was a black woman that she would have just got a 30-day sentence in jail?
No. She wouldn't have. She would have way more than that.
Yeah. And to make it even worse, if she was a black woman who wind up having sex with a Caucasian student, they would have tripled her time.
Yeah. Probably so.
Yeah, dude.
I
couldn't believe that, man. When I was like reading this story and I'm typing it out, I'm like, damn, I've never heard a judge say anything like that, dude.
She suffered enough, huh?
But it was a small town in Ohio, so maybe he knew her.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised. Sad, dude.
Well, for some people, they get a little more love than others.
Yeah, we already talked about that before.
Yeah.
It's a thin line for some and a broad line for others.
Exactly. So now we're going to move on to the 10 mouse commandments.
Hey, man. That should have been a commandment, man, but we already have our commandments.
Yeah.
Mouse commandment number 1. Thou shalt not let a woman tell you how to drive.
Mouse commandment number 2. Thou shalt not ever hold your woman's purse while she's shopping.
Oh, man, I wonder if that student did. You never know.
He was holding more than the purse.
Yeah, he sure was. He was holding his Bozak all up in that. Mouse commandment number 3. Thou shalt not ever, under any circumstance, ever wear pink.
Mouse commandment number 4. Thou shalt not ever wear skinny jeans and do not sag pants past your butt.
Man, I don't even know why people would do that. Why guys would do that. That's crazy. Mouse commandment number 5. Thou shalt not ever say happy wife, happy life.
No, you should not. You know what you should be saying?
What?
Lots of loving makes a happy husband. That's mine for the women.
I like that.
Mouse commandment number 6. Thou shalt not ever wear fingernail polish, makeup, or women's underwear.
Who would want to wear makeup, dude? Like outside of it, you're an actor or something.
Yeah.
Not women's makeup, not foundation, but just regular makeup they got to put on in front of the camera. And we don't wear makeup because we real men and it's the mouse show. But I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Why would a man want to wear makeup?
I don't know.
That don't make sense, dude. Crazy. Mouse commandment number 7. Thou shalt not constantly text or call his woman to check in.
No, they should not. Because that's a control thing.
Yep.
Don't let it happen. Mouse commandment number 8. Thou shalt not give his woman the password to the cell phone.
Damn. Man. Password to the cell phone, man. Yeah. That's a violation, dude.
It really is.
You really need to come to the mouse show if you're doing something like that.
Real.
Mouse commandment number 9. Thou shalt not let any woman treat him like a child.
And finally, mouse commandment number 10. Thou shalt not ever wife up a woman with a high body count.
Oh man, these body counts. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that if I was with a woman and she had a high body count.
Me either. You know the women that got the high body count, they probably talking crazy right now. The man did it.
Yeah. That's all they have, though.
I know.
All they have is to push it on you. But what about, we're talking about women. We're talking about you.
Yes.
We're not talking about men. We're talking about you and your high body count.
How do you even feel right, though? Like, because the women's supposed to be emotional, right?
Yeah.
You can't be emotionally happy with every man that you meet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
for you to say, I'm going to let this guy do this to me, a whole bunch of different dudes, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I know in their 20s, some women in their 20s and their 30s, they just want to have fun and stuff like that. And
they want to experiment.
Yeah, they want to have their little hot girl summer.
Yeah.
They don't be thinking about that. You said that's in another episode. They don't be thinking about that a little later on.
No.
How it can affect them.
Because it's going to affect you. It's going to catch up to you, believe me.
If you want a real good man,
Yeah.
he going to ask the right questions, and if whatever you don't tell him, he going to fill in the gaps, and that cost you that good man. In most cases, not all, but most.
Because everybody gets older.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what your age is right now, everybody gets older, and time do not stop for no one.
It showed like that Jackson song, huh? Remember that song?
Yeah, so, be real with yourself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say that I'm hoping that there's a lot of guys who's going by these commandments.
I hope so, too.
And if they are, they're smart men.
I'd say so.
And if they're not, and you want to be a man again,
Come and join Mouse.